Hello grade 8, welcome to our video on our final Luke project. We're focusing on learning and reviewing and showing me what you've learned from our time in Luke. Home-based learning is different. We would do a much different project if we were in person. We'd be acting it, however, we need to spend some time actually showing what we learned, and we need to find a way that's effective through home-based learning. So this is what I have for you. It's a document. You will need to download this document if you want to, and I highly suggest this. You print it, and you can write in your answers with a pen or a pencil, and then take photos of it and send it to me. However, I want you to know that this project, you are allowed to use your notes, the Bible, dictionary, those kinds of things. However, you cannot go to Google and just start Googling your answers, because I'm going to be basing the answers to these questions off of what we talked about in class. So if you are cheating by copying and pasting your answers from Google or other places, I'm going to know, and you will have the appropriate disciplinary actions taken. I know some of you can't afford to have that, but just be honest. It's not about getting, well, I want you to do well, but I have it set up in a way that I hope you will be very successful in explaining the gospel, what we've learned through the book of Luke, to me back. So the very first part, we are going to be doing some vocab. This is where you write the definitions in your own words of these words. We talked about each one of these at some point. Reconciliation, atonement, we're looking at the temple and some sacrifices and what needs to be done. And then grace, mercy, justice, of course we talked about that. And then I want you to explain in your own words, not mine, so you can't use the example I used in class, but explain to me how I know the difference between justice, between mercy, and between grace. Also how they are all needed, I guess, how you need one for the other. But in your own words, I use the analogy of the car and the scratching it and getting the car from, I think it was Paulo or something like that. So that's the first part. The second part, we go into questions. There will also be a time of reflection at the end. And then go through each one. There are different sentence lengths. You have to follow those. So if it says 10 sentences, you have to do 10 sentences. If it's 8 sentences, 8 sentences at least. Or 2 different verses from the Bible. So God created the world perfectly, established His image on us, and gave us a special purpose to extend the glory of God. However, Adam and Eve chose to rebel against God and sin. First, what is sin, and why does it separate us from a holy God? Second, explain why we cannot save ourselves from our sins. We talked about this numerous times in class. Now it's time to show me. In what ways did Jesus prove Himself to be God? Remember, we took time to write down what it would take for you to believe someone is God, right? What would they have to do? What would you have to witness? You have to come up with 5 different things that you think prove that He's God. Write them down. Explain your thinking. Also, just the next one, 5 sentences more. Did Jesus deserve to die? Why did Jesus die? Have to die in order to save you from your sin? Does any human living on earth right now deserve to go to heaven? We talked about this. Why do Christians help others and do good works? The word gospel means good news. In your own words, explain to me why it is good news. Why would it actually be good news? To someone who has no idea, tell me why the gospel is actually good news. Reflection. How have you seen brokenness in this world? All those things. Completed, saved, submitted by December 13. I'm really looking forward to seeing your answers, and I know you'll do a wonderful job. So, as always, have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.